seeing that. We will in a moment. Okay, looks like we are live. I'm going to double check this real quick. Stand by. If you're seeing this, I apologize. We're trying to figure out lighting. We're trying to figure out streaming. Oh, looks like we're good. Oh, we are live. All right. Welcome, everyone, to Meet the Masters. We got
I don't have eyes now.
Here, joined by Master Eziel Martinez. Hello, sir.
How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for
Good to
joining
see
us.
you. Sorry for the light. I don't know what happened, to be honest.
That's okay. We can hear your voice. It'll be okay.
What's that?
I said we can hear your voice. So
okay,
it'll be
that's
all right.
good.
All right, yeah, we're live. Everyone's saying hello. Oh, Miguel's the first one.
Of course.
There you go, Miguel. Of course.
I will say, as a note, this kind of is my first time. I had to change the way I live stream through Zoom, so we're making it up as we go along. Thanks for joining us, sir. I appreciate the time. How's it going?
Oh, thank you for the invitation. It is an honor since you have interviewed so many, besides Miguel, so many good masters, you know. Love you, Miguel, from all my heart. No kidding. Miguel is a good martial artist. Is one of my good friends in Tansudo. Yeah. Yes.
Thanks. So we got, other than him saying hello, we got Zaberi from Region 8, Natalie and Lindsay are checking in from Great Britain. Let's see. Oh man, you're gonna have to help me with this name. Is it Bobley? B-O-U-B-A-L-Y?
Bubbly.
Bobley?
Beverly. No.
Master Kaluzny says hello, and Miguel says he loves you.
Yeah, I love him too.
So how's Florida right now?
Well, sorry for people from the north, people from central. Right now I am in the 59s and it's raining. So and I'm in shorts, flip-flops, and a t-shirt.
I'm still in shorts and t-shirt. It's just cold outside.
Well, you're a different species, man. You were here with you can be here in shorts, and people will be with coats and beanies and everything. You would be like, what? I'm sweating right here. You're a different species. So,
how are things at the Dojang? So tell us, for those who don't know, what Dojang are you a part of?
Right now I'm in Central Florida. Tansudo is located in Apopka, Florida. That would be like 30 minutes northwest of Orlando or something like that. Yeah. Master Hutchinson is the chief master, is the owner of the school. Me and my wife Claudia are helping him with other black belts. Yeah. Last Wednesday we had our group test. At the end of March we're gonna have our pre-test of black belt. So black belt pre-test. We're doing good.
Last week I was talking back and forth with Claudia about working with Tigers and Dragons.
Yeah, I was telling she can have the worst day ever. When she gets to that class, she forgot about everything, and that's basically her relaxed spa day. Because those kids, even though that sometimes they drain her with all the energy that they can do, she has so many stories and she loved them, and they love them. They love her. It's kind of crazy how those little kids change her. And she loved to teach that class. It's crazy.
but the team black belts, that's a different story, right?
Yeah. Yes. She was, well, I keep saying this. I think Master Hutchinson is even happier than to have her than have me in the school. Let's put it like that. Okay.
He's the one in charge, right? She's really
he's the owner, but she's the one who makes the decision around. I mean, he knows it. He can't deny it, but no, she has been the best. A great help. She is from the moment that I opened to, she is the last one that get out of the school. So she's been the best.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Got a couple more people saying hello. Master McCarty from Alabama says hello. Rusty Camacho says hello, Master.
Rusty, from Tampa. Yes,
that's right. As well as Brian from down there too says hello.
There you go. It's funny with Mr. Camacho is a Latin name. I said, wait a minute, you don't look like Latino. What's up with that? And he told me that it's I don't remember quite the story, but it's like okay, I understand now. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's get started with your martial arts story. As far as talk to us, how'd you get started in the martial arts?
So it's a funny story. I don't know. Probably most of the master have. This is the story that they have. I started because a friend of mine. When I was a kid, I started when I was 10 years old. When I was a kid, when I was in third grade, all my friends were in karate. All my friends, karate this, I was in karate, I did that. Back at that moment, my parents couldn't afford the karate school at that point. Both of my parents were teachers. Teachers are on medium class, but technically they couldn't afford it. So at that moment, everybody was karate, and there were like 10 of my friends. And then at lunchtime, they were stretching, throwing kicks. Oh, I did this in karate, I did that. I was like, wow. And I would keep telling my parents, I want to be karate. I want to be karate. And then back then, Ninja Turtles came out, and Bloodsport, kickboxing with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I was watching those movies in front of the TV and stretching myself, and wanna kicking, throwing punches and all that. And it wasn't until I was in 5th grade that my parents finally got me into karate, and that was in '96, and it was after the Las Vegas World Championship. And I remember when I got to the school, Master Burgos, he was a 2nd Dan degree. He was doing Jindo, and he was practicing all that. And then all those friends that they were on karate back then, there were only, I will say, like 2 or 3 from those guys were still in karate. And with me started like 5 more. So yeah, that's basically how I started. And with me to black belt from all those, I was the only one who got to black belt. So there you go.
I was hanging out with the wrong kids when I was
I was thinking
10.
The same thing. Maybe it wasn't as popular, but I can't think of even one person I went to school with that did the martial arts. So you're lucky.
Yeah. Yes. It was kind of cool back then, but it was very popular at that moment, at that point. But like I said, it was those movies. I believe Master Hutchinson told me that it was Bruce Lee. When he saw Bruce Lee, he wants karate. And many masters have told me, oh man, Bruce Lee is the one. No, for me, Ninja Turtles and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Bloodsport. That's the movie that got me into it. Looking at him breaking all those breaking the ice, getting the hand, like taking out the fish, and I was like, I want to be like him. So you know,
funny, you can tell like there's generations of movies or shows. Yeah. So it's like, you know, Bruce Lee, and then Kung Fu, and then you got like Best of the Best, and then Ninja Turtles.
Chuck Norris, all Chuck Norris movies. You were like, and then what it got me when 98. That was my first. Probably this is another of your questions, but 98 was my first time getting out of Puerto Rico. I was 12. I was an orange belt stripe, and I went to the Poconos Championship, right, on Region 8. And when we went to Shin Karate, the first location, I believe it's in Philadelphia, correct? It was, but still there, correct? Or not?
Still there, yeah. That's where Jen is.
Yes, correct. So all those pictures, I saw that picture of Master Shin and Chuck Norris, and I was like, Chuck Norris. We were all my Puerto Rican friends, and I was, that's Chuck Norris. They were telling me, yeah, Grandmaster Shin was his grandma. I said, what? Chuck Norris trained with Grandmaster Shin? No way. Yeah. So look at that. And I was like, what? Chuck Norris? that was even crazier, you know. It was right there. And then when I came back to Puerto Rico, and everybody knew that I was in karate, I was saying, no, the Grandmaster trained Chuck Norris. So I'm training the same karate that Chuck Norris does. What about that? Everybody was like, what? Yeah, I'm not kidding. Chuck Norris. Yes. So it's right there. Master Hutchinson said I'm a karate junkie. And yes, I am. I love it. And I love how to learn everything on this. So yeah, that's
right there with you. I want to ask about why you got into Region 8, why you were at Region 8 first. But first, I want to say Rusty says his last name is Portuguese.
There you go. Yes, I knew it. Yeah, it was something like that. I was like, what? Yes, there you go. Thank you, Rusty. You're the man.
Master Khan, say hello. Master Don and Master M. Khan.
Master Khan, yes, sir.
And Pam Russell from Region 5 says Tung Su.
Tung Su.
So how did you make it to Region 8 in the opposite of Puerto Rico? You're in the Poconos in October.
I believe Master Burgos, when he was third dan degree, he knew people over there. I believe this is one of the questions you sent me. That's how the first time that I realized that there were more schools in Puerto Rico, it was like a month after I got into karate. I went to a tournament, and it was big. I was like, wow, this is it. I was white belt stripe, I remember. So I was 10 years old. I was a kid. So after that, there were a couple more competitions in Puerto Rico. And then in 98, I got to go to Poconos on that trip. I remember it was that tournament. And your tournament, it was one of the best. One of the biggest. And probably we run each other, you know, because we basically the same. We close in rank, especially with you, Reverend. Probably we run each other. We were like, oh, who was that little kid over there with hair?
Wait a second. You call me old? I think that's what happened.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying that maybe we run each other and we didn't even know it.
I don't think my first regional tournament wasn't until 1999, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I didn't really
said so. Okay, if you said so. You have like 100 numbers less than mine. And yes, your tournament was in 99. Okay.
I wasn't brave enough to go to tournaments until I was a blue belt. So I actually didn't go until 1999. So.
Okay. If you said so, I believe you.
Well, you know, we ended up doing tournaments together and didn't even know it until I think I posted a picture one time and you were like, oh, I was in that ring because Master Khan was the center judge. He's
yeah,
like,
and I believe
I was in that ring.
Yes, and I believe I have. That was the last time that that was 2010. I believe so.
I think you're right.
That was 2010, and I was sparring, I think, and you were in a corner, like looking at me, and I was sparring Miguel, and I messed with Miguel because at that I got my knee hurt before the tournament, and I got it even worse doing Kusen Kun, which I got a third in a world champion. So clap with me, you know. So the thing is, that was the last time I was sparring with Miguel, and he threw a kick, and I tried to block it, and my knee got worse, so I have to stop. And he said, "No, I'm gonna win the next. I'm gonna win the next fight." And I'll say, "Okay, perfect." And so you honor my name, yes. So he lost 3-0. Anyway, so yeah, and I believe there is another picture that I took in a world championship, and Erin was standing beside next to me. I was like, "Hey, Erin, look at you! Look, this is you." I think it was 2012 or 2010 as well. I remember that. So it's kind of cool how our path crossed, even though that we didn't know each other. But it's kind of cool how everything goes.
I think Lalo was in that ring too, Master Valdez.
Lalo was in that ring, yes. And the first time that I met Lalo was in 2006, Anaheim. I don't know if you...
Yeah, we were there.
Anaheim. And that point, Master Mohammed Mabruk was running for the cup. He already had 2 goals. Everybody knew he had 2 goals, but he got disqualified with Lalo, and he obviously he couldn't get the cup because of that. But he got 2 goals that year, 2006, and then I almost sparred Mohammed, but Lalo got me in that match. He got me 3-1. He got me. He back then he's still in good shape. And he got me 3-1. He was fast. But next year he went to Aruba and I got him. Even though that the judges didn't see the point, but there is a picture on a world championship. 2008 World Championship. If you look closely on one of the pictures, that's me kicking Lalo in the gut. It's a clean sidekick, and everybody knows it. And also him, but it's like he said, well, the judges see another thing. Oh, it's okay. Now my prize is there. I know that I win it, even though that they didn't see it. Anyways, so yeah, kind of cool how cross everything, you know. It's meant to be. Let's put it like that.
So you come back from that tournament, the Region 8 tournament, and how was classes back then? How was the training at that time with Master Burgos?
Wow. So we were training it was concrete. It was painted concrete, so you don't mess much your feet, but yeah, it was hard. I was telling the other day I was teaching blue belts are going to do the pre-test. They're brother and sister, and we were teaching. I was teaching them roll and falling. So I was telling them that back then when I was 15, I was able to jump and roll like 5 feet tall. Right now, I do that. I probably break my back and everything. But, you know, we were like that. We were daredevils. We were like that. And if you didn't do something, you're going to do 10 push-up. If you didn't key hop, 10 push-up. That's a wrong position, 10 push-ups. So at the end of the class, we were like that, and all sore, your arms, your shoulders. And there was another one is, one of the instructors has like a bag with sand. So you get the sand in your fist, and if the sand gets out of your fist, you're in trouble. 10 push-ups. Oh, you have to count every grain, and depending on how many grains you had left, that's how many push-ups you had to do. And we were like, what? Yeah. Okay. So there you go. More push-ups. And another exercise was doing key machete. So, on the horse stance, they put a cup in your thigh. So if the cup fell, guess what? 10 push-ups. So you have to be like that, like, and then for 1 minute you have to be like, okay, you're done. That's so that class or your legs, you couldn't feel them. It was tough. Right now, the kids complain, you're too tough. I was like, no, this is nothing. So you have to adapt at one point and not coming to be too tough. Everybody knows that I'm very tough in the school. I think I want, but it's nothing compared to how it was in Puerto Rico. And even now, things change because of time, people, how things are. So yeah, back in Puerto Rico, we were on our, I think it was our first year, Erin, the end of the test, Master Carmelo Rivera, he did the last, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? And it was exercises, and he was like nothing, and he's right there. Every time that I see him, I had so much respect to him. I said, sir, I want to be like you when I grown up, because it's like, wow. And he's right there, and everybody has that energy back in Puerto Rico. That's why I love them. It's like the music, it's like the energy, the happiness that is over there. Yeah, but when it was time to train, it was time to train. It was funny. I love every single thing that I spent over there in Master Burgos. A good story of me is he just passed his master test. But when I started, he was red belt. He got his first dan degree, and I believe he got his second dan degree, and then he left for quite a time. When he came back, I was already third dan degree, and he was a second dan degree. But also, besides karate, I love wrestling. So I was a huge fan of WWF back then. And we were doing like all the matches, like hitting with chairs and all that. Master Burgos, and it was, hey, don't do that. I was like, okay, sir, sorry, sir. But we were crazy with doing all the kicks, the double kicks in the air. We put the mats and we start doing suplex, all that. Yeah, that was the fun part. But when it was to train, we were ready to train, and it was tough. It was tough. I wish I can, if like 5 minutes of what it was before, I don't think that many people will can handle what it was. I don't know about Region 8, but I know that over there, you guys are tough. You guys have real good masters, and you can tell that it was tough because how they teach, how you guys, the technique that you have. So I don't know, it's kind of cool.
I don't know if anyone can match the energy of Region 18 now.
Yeah, it's I don't know, maybe it's a Latino thing in our blood.
I think it is. So got a couple comments, one from your lovely wife. She said, I would like to see a video or at least pictures from that tournament. Definitely not the first, second, or third time that I've heard this story.
What tournament? The one with Lalo. I have pictures. Yeah, I have pictures. They're on Facebook. I have that picture right there. Yes, sir.
Miguel says, I think there's video somewhere.
Maybe there is some video when back then what? Digital camera. I bet that there's somewhere. Yeah. Somewhere has to have it.
Hey, if anyone's watching and wants to ask a particular question of Master Martinez, actually, someone just did. First, Rusty said your master's promotion was epic. What did you do? Did you do a big demonstration?
Oh no, I did Master Burgos form, but after I did it with the staff, I did it with the spear because it's kind of used with the spear. So yeah, it's kind of cool. That form is very good. And FYI, he invented that form on his master test. He was telling this story. He on the master test, but at that moment they tell them you have 5 minutes to do a form, and that's what he came out.
That's the one you guys taught at Master's Clinic, right?
Yes, yes. And that one came out from his master test back wherever he took it. It was pretty cool, and the backstory of it is what it gets you. You understand? Oh wow, this is cool, you know. So yeah, that's what I did.
Dana Clay from Impact asks, who's your favorite all-time wrestler?
Oh, that's a tough question. It has to be one. I have a couple.
Top three.
Okay, 3. Ultimate Warrior, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Rock. Oh no. 4. Undertaker. There you go. Those 4.
She also wanted to know who is the person that you look up to most as a martial artist. No pressure that I'm sitting right here.
Sure. Erin, that's why I love you. I love you so much. Master Burgos. Yes, Master Burgos. I love so much to him. He taught me a lot. He has one of the best technique that I have seen. I know that there's so many over there, but it's like wow. And then the thing is that everybody knows that I come from there, and it's like a pressure here. Now I have to be at least a quarter of that, so I get the respect, and that's why maybe is how I am. So yeah, on the association. I'm obviously back then Grandmaster Sheen. Grandmaster Sheen it was impressive how, and I had the pleasure to be with them a couple times. And there was one time back then in 2006, and I believe we did the last one in 2008. There was international instructor clinic, and there was like all the international masters, they teach to you. So we always go to those clinics. And one time Grandmaster Sheen did the warm-up. You know, it was wow. And he teaching just basics, like Pau Puki, all the Apchagi, all the first 3 kicks, and all that, and he throw the kicks. We were like, wow. And then another time in Aruba, which was his last trip, and I got grand champion on that tournament, and I say, hey sir, can I have a picture of you? Oh, of course, sure. And it was funny because I saw him talk with Master Burgos. You know, you see him talk with them, and then I was competing. That was in 2011. And then I said, can I take a picture with you? And I say, of course, why not? I have that picture in Facebook. He was already ninth dan at that moment. And then he started, hey, Eziel, how you doing? How's college? How's your family? I was like, he knows my name. And I was like, he knows my name. Wow. I went, oh, everything is good, sir. Just one more year to go, and everything, I'm gonna finish. Oh, good for you. You're a great martial arts. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I was like, what? He knows my name. It was obviously he read my dog book, but still, you know, it's like it was a good moment at that moment was the moment that I was, wow, this is the guy that I want to be when I get his age, you know. Yeah.
So that year after you graduated college, you went to college in Puerto Rico?
Yes.
So when did you eventually move from Puerto Rico?
So after I graduated civil engineering, I had the chance to work a little bit in Puerto Rico, but my vision was to move because things in Puerto Rico weren't good. Still not good now. Now it's a little better, but not like it was way before I finished college. So I knew that I had to cross the lake. Let's put it, cross the water. And I moved to Texas, Dallas Fort Worth area. And over there, I spent 4 years in region 4. Yes. Yep. And 4 years there, and then 3 months in region 22, and then the rest here. So, yeah.
So in region 4, you became Master Spicy.
Yeah, that's a funny story. That was the first winter camp that it was in Master Sharp's school. So it was an honor because I stayed with them on their house, on the Sharp's house. I told them, hey sir, I want to do this workout. Is kicks workout is good, but can I add some spicy to it? Yeah. You know I'm gonna do it hard. Yeah. Do spicy. I like spicy. Master Sharp is an old school too, so he's very tough. And that is a very good martial arts. It's strong, and he has a lot of knowledge with him. So he said, yes, of course, add that spicy. So
that's pretty good, Master Sharp.
yeah. My conversation with him, Master G, this is one of the things that I miss from Texas. They were very good to me over there. I don't have any complaints. So at that moment, it was February. I remember that. So February over there, as you've seen, is cold. So I start the workout. So you have to do this. Okay, kicks. We have to do 20 kicks one side, 20 kicks the other side, and so. So obviously, because of being warm inside, so it fogged the windows. But that's something that happened. But not only the windows, I fogged the mirrors. So it was funny because he said it never happened till Mr. Martinez came, and there you go. You fog all there's fog on all the mirrors and everything. For now, you're gonna be Mr. Spicy, Master Spicy, and everybody from that day, I'm Master Spicy. Yeah, because of that. And every time that everybody sees me or say hi to me, spicy, and I was like, yeah, that's me. So that's the story on that.
Was that one of your cardio, like kickboxing classes to the music?
No, that the kickboxing classes started here, in matter of fact, but it's kind of I don't believe that I had music back at that moment, but it was kind of like the class that I did in Master with the Angel.
Yeah,
it was kind of like that. So you had the taste of that.
One of the guys from Impact posted, he said, I was located directly in front of Master Martinez. He had to endure an entire hour of me in his face trying to train in rhythm to his favorite music.
Yeah. The kickboxing thing started with Master Burgos back then, but I didn't start doing it like 100% till I get here. Master Hutchinson said, you know kickboxing, right? Yeah, some kind of. Okay, do music, do a song. I was like, okay. So I just started doing it, and there you go. Now I have like, we can do a whole hour of different songs, and I have it's a different workout for that song, and I want to have like I think I can have like around 20 songs, and there are going to be 20 workouts of each song. Well, you kind of have seen what I do, but yeah.
Yeah, we've had the opportunity to sweat alongside you via Zoom and at Impact as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So Lara Barreras asks, what was the biggest challenge when moving to Region 21 after the amazing and super fun wedding?
Yeah, that was in Mexico. It was very, it was cold though. I didn't like cold, but it was kind of.
We've established that.
Yeah. It was a great opportunity. Miguel went to that wedding, and we did nahanchi with in merengue. It was funny. That's and the thing is, I'm gonna check that. Yeah, I believe I shared one video of like 70s or 80 video, and those guys were doing nahanchi in merengue. Like it was the dancing guys doing nahanchi. I was like, hey, Miguel, look, dude, they're doing the same that we did. That was 20, 30 years before we did that. So it was kind of funny.
So when did you originally meet Claudia?
That's another funny story. It was back in 2015 in Austin, Texas. Master Bailey had his tournament over there, and Master Bailey and Master Ramirez are very good friends. If you don't know, Master Bailey mom is from Colombia, so he knows quite a bit of Spanish. I didn't know that. I was like, well, you're too white, but he speaks good Spanish. Yeah, he always make fun of his accent too. It's funny too. Anyway, so back then Claudia was second dan, so I had to translate to the Mexicans. I didn't know that she knew. I knew that after, and she was a second dan degree. I was a fourth dan degree. So at that moment, instructor for that strike. So I was waiting for Master Bailey finish his sentence and add a little bit more to it. And then Claudia looked at me with attitude and everything, like what? Well, are you not gonna translate that like that? I was like, who you think you are? What wrong are you? second down, you talking to me? Wait a minute, let's take it easy. I'm gonna wait for him to finish and then I'm gonna translate. Thank you. I was like, what? I didn't like her at that moment. but then we keep you know, communications through Facebook, and then every world tournament we see each other, and we, you know, got connected and keep the connection and communication after. And then 2 years ago, or 3 years ago almost, I started, hey, are you gonna go to the world tournament? And she said, no, I can't. I have to. She haven't stopped psychologist, so she was going to get the licensure. I think I said that right. She's licensed psychologist, licensed back in Mexico. So she got that over there, and she couldn't go to the World Tournament in 2018 because of that. But I could go to Mexico for a tournament. So from there, everything is history. But I didn't like it. I didn't like her at that moment. That's the main point. It's funny because Master G tells me, hey, she give her Alex a kiss before giving to you. You remember that? I was like, yeah. There is a picture when Alex Sharp was a kid. He was what, probably 10, and all Mexican. It was Master Ramirez's daughter, Karen, Claudia. I believe it was Diana, another Master Ramirez student. They were like kissing Alex, and Alex was like very shy, like, oh, you know. So yeah, that's how I met her.
It's funny. Master G has a similar story where she did not like Master Sharp.
Yeah, it's funny. That's true. That's very true.
We don't have a story like that.
No, we don't.
Love at first sight.
Yeah.
You didn't like each other when you met?
No, we don't have a story like that.
You don't have a story. Okay.
We're both too lovable.
I see.
I have to go. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I love you.
Say hi.
You're the best.
Enjoy the rest of your interview.
I will.
Now we can get rid of her and really start talking. No.
Story about when you didn't like me when you first met me.
Here's the real story. So you and I have talked about this before, but we talked about being in the same ring at World Championships, and then you get the chance to go to Masters Clinic. You were still in Region 4 at that time, right?
My first year I was in Puerto Rico. I still was in Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay.
My second year I was in Texas. My second year. Yes.
What was how did you feel going there, and you know, talk to us about some of the camaraderie, and you know, you had some relationships before that, but some of the people that you met along the way and got to test with and stuff like that.
I think I will say this. I think one of the best things that ever happened to me is going to that mass clinic. I will say that 100%. And the thing is, Master Burgos told us how the things was there, and we were like, wow, I want to go there. And we saw I saw that like so far from happening. And then when it happened, I was like, wow, I'm here. Perfect. And then I go there with three more Puerto Ricans, three of the greatest martial artists. One of them don't practice anymore, but the other two tested for fit down as well.
Yeah.
So we we are in the same rank. And at that moment I met, it's funny because maybe she doesn't remember this, but I believe in 2012, Angel and me were in the same ring judging. I remember that she was with Anna also was there, Santiago. Maybe they don't remember, but I remember that. And it was, I was in the corner, you know, at that moment I didn't speak much of English like I am now. It's not that I have the best English ever, but I keep learning. And I met her, and then Erin was a number before me. You know that we have to align in numbers. So I believe she was 9, I was 10. And then next year she was 10, I was 11. And everything, I did everything with her. And it was that brotherhood that started in those 2 years. It was one of the best. And then Jeff was there, and we didn't talk much, but we knew each other from competitions, you know. And Miguel was there, Lalo was there, and it's the friendship that it was already it started. It got stronger, and you seeing all those masters there. Like now they are, the last time it was like 200 plus people in that clinic, you know. And that's how you, and you have to wait 1 year to see those guys basically. Right. And that's what it gets you. And you it is one of the it's hard to explain how awesome is this. And this COVID thing is making everything hard to me, you know. But yeah, it's, I don't know how to explain it, but it's. And then meeting Erin, I met you, I met Jen, Mohammed, Stephanie, obviously. And you know, it's like that everything gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Like the family gets even bigger every time. And that's what me and Claudia love about that, is the camaraderie, the brotherhood. And yeah, and maybe Claudia will be in that next year, hopefully. And she's gonna, hopefully back then we will be able to meet again. Right. And she will have that opportunity that we had when we started. Mm-hmm. Couple, you know, I don't know, back in almost 7-8 years ago, you know. So that's what I love from the association. That camaraderie, that brotherhood.
I agree. Master Craig Falshnot said hello earlier, and he's that guy for me, where we tested together at Master's Clinic, and every time we line up in Region 8, we're right next to each other. You know, and you share that, you know, sweating together and training hard, and you know, and then afterwards you get to celebrate and you know, just kind of decompress. You get so nervous during it, and then afterwards you realize, like, man, that was so much fun.
Yeah, that's true. Especially you get to know people when you spar. That's how you get to know people, when you sparring and you hit each other, and then after you hit each other and hurt each other, you just stop, shake hands, and get a hug. And that's a respect, and that's how you start like meeting people. And it's very, very hard to explain it. You have to live that. You have to experience that, right, to know what we're talking about.
One of the other things that I wanted to talk about that you kind of have to experience is when Region 18 comes into the World Championships. So for those of you who haven't been there, if you could just kind of explain what I'm talking about.
It's Region 18 is all Caribbean and Puerto Rico. And Puerto Ricans are weird. I think we born dancing or something, you know, and those you guys call it drums, but it's real are panderos. So that's some folklore that comes from our traditional you know, from our roots. So we get that, and there are festivals in Puerto Rico that you're gonna see that like every single corner in Puerto Rico, and in Christmas especially. Excuse me. Especially in Christmas, you see that, you see those drums, and we singing, and we doing the music and all that. It's the feeling, and that's what make us the happy island, or the enchanted island. Also, they call Puerto Rico. And then and I believe that everybody that goes in to the world champion waits for that, for us just to go and start singing and dancing and doing the music and make everybody dance and all that. And it's very, very fun. And it's another thing that you have to go and experience. So we just go and start the music, and everybody just start dancing, and they love it, and they start taking pictures and videos. It's very fun.
Yeah, it's one of the highlights, like that, and the Great Britain contingency coming in, and like you for someone who's been to the Worlds, you know, however 6-7 times, it's like you get excited, like you're like, oh man, I missed this, like, you know. This is one of the reasons why you come, you come, you know, for Region 18, you know, and you come for the Great Britain contingency to come in and sing, and everyone has matching uniforms.
That's another thing that it gets. You wait for that. It's like you're saying, you just wait for that, and oh yeah, there you go. Now is the time.
Look,
let's party.
I don't know if let's see if I can get this. Master Khan just sent me a video. Let's see. Did you hear it at all?
yeah. Those are the things that and another thing.
That's great. What a great.
Another thing that is funny, you know, on the Master Clinic, everybody start taking pictures and start with the regions, and with the ball guys, and then the Latinos, and then always Master Khan, it has to be in the Latinos one, and everybody after at the beginning we were like, okay, what are you doing here? Okay, let's take the picture. After that, we were like, hey, Master Khan, with Latino, let's go. he just stayed there. It's funny. That's another thing that you also have to wait.
That's awesome. Let's see. Miguel says, one of my favorite moments was with Region 18 at Worlds, but not of them walking in, but after the Worlds party at the water park, and it rained like crazy.
Yeah. We take the drum, the panderos, and we just make music anywhere. Everybody like, oh, there's music. And probably for sure there is another group of Puerto Ricans, and they meet with us, and we make the party there. That's what is fun.
Noreen Khan said, "Dad is an undercover Latino."
That's very true. That's very true. I have a funny story with Master Khan on one of the international clinics. He always that he had to do a technique. He grabbed me because we were like the same height. I was like, okay, here we go. So that's how you learn. I don't know about you, but that's how you learn. You learn getting beat with know the technique and feeling it and all that.
My instructor is Master Godwin, so
I bet. So with Master Khan, he was teaching some application on the pioneers, and he was showing he showed different moves on the pioneers, all from pioneer shorten all the way to pioneer oran. So he showed different moves. Oh, you can do this. What about this? On this move, you can do that. And I was the dummy boy at that moment. So he was doing everything to me. So obviously there were a couple of Puerto Ricans with friends with me, the black belts. And there was this particular one. I don't know if you know him, Ramon Rivera. He is a very good friend of me. And he was saying, do it again, do it again. At that moment, Master Khan obviously thought that it was, he didn't see it. He didn't see at that moment. So, okay, so you can see it. So do it again, do it again. So at that moment, he realized, Master Khan realized that no, he's messing with it. Okay, you want to try? Okay, come. No, come. So he got Ramon. He was okay. So this is how you do it. So he didn't even hide it to him than the way that I did it to me. That was funny. I said, see, Ramon, that's why you don't talk.
Yeah,
so that happened. It's a very fun moment that I remember with Master Khan. Besides, when another thing I remember this when he said, Baro on a sparring, he threw a chicky-chacky. Yes. He gets you. So that's another funny thing about him. He's a great martial art. It's one of the best, I believe. His technique is one of the best also.
Brian Ormiston asked, has Tang Soo Do helped you in your professional career as a civil engineer?
Not as a civil engineer, but it got me to speak in front of people, you know, that in front of 100, 500 plus and teach a class. You know, that's what the Tang Soo Do has given me, that security, that trust in myself to teach a class in front of so many person, you know, in one room, and be very comfortable in talking in front of people. You know, that's obviously not in civil engineering, but in an interview, get me that chance to be interviewed in front of a higher up on a big company. So maybe not in civil engineering, but in talking and give me confidence in myself. Yes.
That's great. One of the things a couple things to talk about before we leave. We mentioned Grandmaster Shin earlier. Do you have any Grandmaster Bodwin stories?
Yes, I do. I have two. Back in Mexico, I was they put me to translate with them, and I was everywhere with them and that. So I spent some time with them, with Master Valentine and Master T. At one moment that we were doing the tournament, Master Bodwin got to me. We were doing the judging, and I was the center judge, so everybody knew where I was. I'm very loud when I'm judging. Mm-hmm. So Grandmaster Baldwin got to me, hey, Mr. Martinez, you're doing an excellent job. Keep it like that. Just a couple things. You just try to, instead of say Baro, say John G, or instead of saying this, say this. And I was like, oh, wow, he was looking at me, you know. The other story that I had, it was when he promoted me. It was it was a very, very good moment for me, you know, getting that red stripe. And obviously I got, how you say, excited, and a tear went out, you know, and he looked at me and he slapped my face like, take it easy. What's wrong with you? This is a proud moment. You have to be happy. So I say, happy tears. I don't care. Boom, he slapped me again. That was that was a good memory that I have with him. You know.
Master Pedro Perez says, hello, sir.
Hey, Pedro.
I have he did that. Do you know the friend that was with us in Florida, Jenny Twardowski? When I promoted Grandmaster Bowman's time, my belt on, and she from the side goes, "Woo, Tim!" And he gives me a little pat on my cheek and goes, "You got a fan club out there."
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. I always tell them, there is a picture also taken in Mexico, and he's doing this to me, and I say, I always say him, I was telling him, good haircut, sir. Yeah, do you like it? I like yours. That's another thing, that he was very funny.
Yeah, he was a great guy.
He was a great guy.
So we're wrapping up, getting close to wrap up. It's been about an hour. Is there any other things you want to talk about before we wrap up, or any closing remarks you have for everyone watching?
Just if you like this, you know, when I said this, the being karate, being in the World Time Judo Association, and you like the camaraderie, the brotherhood, you just continue and be yourself. Just try to be the best every time, and keep training hard. Yes. Training hard.
You're, other than Grandmaster Strong, you're the first guy to do I think multiple interviews. Jovel just chimed in and said, "Que pasa, Master Eziel?" and big hug to Master Tim. You got a chance to talk to him in Spanish as well.
Yeah.
Earlier last year. He said, ask if he talked about the coconut. The coconut? Did you talk about a coconut?
Cool. I don't remember that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, real quick, and you mentioned about your English not being good. When did you really start to pick up English and be able to translate and you know, have a conversation?
I think I would say it was always there.
Okay.
Back in Puerto Rico, I think I have told you this. We take classes from first grade all the way to 12th, to high school. So it's 12 years taking English classes, and then 2 more years in college.
Okay.
And then all my books are in English. for even though that the classes were all the classes were in Spanish, all the books were in English. So I had to translate, even though. But the thing is, the problem was that we were scared to talk, because back in Puerto Rico is full Spanish. I didn't have to speak English just when I came to visit or to a world tournament. When I moved to Texas, I obviously had to speak every day in English to survive, I would say, you know. You keep things, and you guys help me, because I try to explain, hey, how you say this, that's that. Perfect. So I keep getting words, and it's something that you practice. And now I basically have to, most of the 24 hours a day, I have to speak 17. you know, and you learn from, and people help me, and it's, no, you say it like this, you know. But even though I have experienced people, bad people that like racism and all that, and they're like, oh, I think there is a problem with your language. What? It's a problem with the language? Do you know any other language besides English? No? Okay, so you know what to do. But other than that, sometimes it's hard, you know. It's at the beginning, I was translating from Spanish, English, and then speak it, and that's why sometimes I start to. But now, right now, my brain is thinking in English, right. So everything is in English right here. And then when I speak in Spanish, everything in Spanish. When I translate, it's funny because I was translating to my Grandmaster Baldwin one time. I started translating from Spanish from Mexico to English to him, from English to Spanish. And then at one point I was speaking Spanish to my Grandmaster Baldwin, English to Mexico. I was like, wait, no, I'm sorry. Everybody started laughing, but you know, it's like the switch. It's hard. It's hard, but that's how you get better and better, translating and doing that. Now I can hear English, speak Spanish, you know, like at the moment I hear it, I just speak it and translate. I will say that that's a gift. It's hard to do, you know, to switch English and then Spanish is kind of hard, but it's with the practice you get it. Right. Oh, it's like karate. You have to practice to be better. So it's the same.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, Master Martinez, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for the invitation, man. It's a pleasure. Like I said before, you interview so many masters, so many great masters, and having the opportunity to be in here is a pleasure for me, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I appreciate Erin. Appreciate your girls. You know how it is. Yeah. Now, next time you come here to Florida, you have to come here so Claudia can do a Mexican dinner for you.
That's right. I got one more message. I got one more question. I just got one more question in.
Yes, sir.
You don't have anywhere to go, do you?
No.
Master Khan asked. He said you did your master's test on Zoom. The last, how was it?
It was one of the toughest tests that I've ever had in my entire life. And we thought because the thing is, before, I'm sorry to say this, but the fourth dan, it wasn't this tough. And we were like, oh, okay, it's gonna be like the fourth dan test. So we're good. I was training, don't get me wrong, I was training because I knew that my moment was coming. So I was training for that. And the way that I was training, I was doing all my forms, and after the forms, I was doing 10 push-ups, So for the stamina and the resistance, and I was doing the kickboxing classes at the beginning of every class. So as a warm-up for the kids, but also it was for me, So I trained hard for that, and thank God that I did, because next day I wasn't any sore, but looking at the Facebook, I was like, oh, okay, it was sore. I'm not that bad. I hurt here, there, but it was a good experience. It was the first senior master test that it was done, and Erin and I were a part of it, and it was a great experience.
She said the same thing. She said it was the hardest test she's ever done.
Oh yeah, it was. And then in front of so great master, like Master Cam, Master Sharp, Grandmaster
Master Valentine,
Master Valentine, Master Purnell, Master Bond, all those great masters, and see you doing all your technique. And I was with the Nevados, and it was a great experience that I had, you know. It was great. It was great.
Still have that camaraderie, even though, you know, in a smaller group, but still being able to
correct,
feed off that energy. So awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yes. No, thank you for asking that. Thank you for that question, Master Ken.
So, all right, for real, we're gonna wrap up again. We can probably talk another couple hours, but
oh yeah, we can for sure.
Tung Su, sir, I look forward to seeing you in person.
Yes.
And training, maybe doing some kickboxing.
Yes. Yeah, we have to.
All right, sir. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Take care. Have a great weekend. Tung Su.
Tung Su.